Afternoon of day one here at the fabulous Castor Parish Church in Cambridgeshire, where we're looking for what could be some very intriguing Roman buildings. Already Phil's put in a trench over there on the far side of the graveyard and has come up with some Roman stuff, but now we've moved on to the old rectory. Stuart, why are we here?
Well, it's clear that when artists produced the plan of the site, there were Roman buildings under the rectory garden, and some excavations were conducted in the 1970s which confirmed little bits of wall through keyhole trenches, so we know this stuff under here. But the problem is, these are only tiny little bits. We don't know whether this range extended further that way or further that way, and if you look at this lovely drawing that was done by artists at the time, this is what he found down here. You see the church in the background?
Yeah, right. You can see that just through those trees. That's there, can't you?
So you can see it's quite a long way down. If we can find some of these features, we can then get the orientation, we can map them, and we can add them to that map that we've created of the site to find out if this is one building or a series of buildings.
So we're going to open our second trench here in the old rectory garden. And after some promising geophys, we've decided to put a third trench in this corner of the school field. This is another spot that our antiquarian artists and later archaeologists have explored. And it seems to have been an artist's favourite, because he drew the remains of this impressive Roman bathhouse he reckoned he'd found here.
One thing about excavating here is that there's something very identifiable we can latch onto. We know exactly where we are, but it's never actually been excavated at all in that direction, so we might get any Roman remains.
As we start to get to grips with this site, I'm getting a feeling that there's something special about Castor. Goodies for archaeologists seem almost guaranteed here.
This is an amazingly impressive group of finds, isn't it? And all from Peterborough Museum and all found at Castor.
That's right, yeah, all from the Castor area. I mean, what's particularly interesting is the collection of pottery here. There's a wonderful hunt cup, for example. So cool because it has greyhounds or dogs chasing, here it comes, look, the hare.
Isn't that a lovely sinuous
It's
hair?
wonderful, isn't it? Yes.
But it's finds like this painted wall plaster that may be the key to unlocking the secrets of Castor.
Or this one, look, which appears to have some sort of image of foliage on it, with perhaps leaves being painted. The whole impression is of a really, really opulent building. Really opulent building, yeah.
Artist marks lots of structures to the north of the church. Could this be a complex of swanky Roman buildings? If so, our trench in the old rectory garden could be right on top of one. But if Artist's plan is accurate, it's the north graveyard where we really need to focus our efforts. So Jim is now geophysics here. And by mid-afternoon, he's latched onto something.
You've turned up just at the right time. Look at this. We've got a really strong reflector here and it's at least 5 metres across.
Well, that's nothing like anything else in the churchyard, is it?
No, up until now, I mean, there's been the odd reflection, but they've looked like they could just be stone casket or a slab-lined grave. But I mean, this is much bigger, and it's about halfway up the slope, just beyond where this mess is.
Well, this is where the one building was meant to be from antiquarian records, where they got this early mosaic.
It's possible Jimmy's detected this striking Roman mosaic floor that artists drew in his book of illustrations. And if our antiquarian site plan is to be trusted, it makes sense that geophys are getting a strong signal here.
Yeah, it's slow going, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a challenge.
Well, I'll leave you to it.
Thanks.